Jimmy. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Multiverse podcast. Jimmy made me laugh right before we started.
Yeah, blame it on Jimmy.
Why we're laughing, if you're wondering why I'm laughing, it's there's no inside joke.
You're laughing because you're a happy human being.
Laugh.
That's why you're.
I'm happy because we weren't here last week and we're here this week. So welcome everybody. Sorry we were gone. A lot happened.
Yeah.
But I'm your host Warren, along with your other host Jimmy, and the GOAT behind the curtain, Wes.
The GOAT.
What's up,
He's
everybody?
got a lot of different names. That's why I say that like that.
I'm the GOAT.
He's got a lot of different names. He goes,
what is up, Brandon? Will, how are you guys doing? Episode 30. Episode 30. It always shocks me when we get in here and it's like episode 29, episode 30. It's like we've been doing this for a minute.
Yeah. Hey, wait, the chat won't open for me. Am I doing something?
You might have to reload. There's been some issues. So
there we go. I see it. I see it. Now I got it. Okay, cool. It just all like hit it once.
Yeah.
What's up, Noah? Firestar, you were there last night as well. Brandon, what's going on? Will,
we had somebody message us on the Instagram. It's like, how come there was no podcast last week?
Where you guys at?
where are you guys at? What is happening? It's like,
so I've been going live on Cosmic Wonder because I'm introducing, these new people to the channel. And before they start doing their own videos, I want people to get to know them.
When did you go live?
And, last Thursday.
I'm subscribed and I did not get a notification for that.
I did.
Wow, Wes was there.
Wes
was in there. Actually, it was ironic because we started and
sometimes people just know. I just know.
We started and we had a lot of people come in who were like, "Hey, where's Multiverse podcast this week?" And I'm all dumb. I'm like, "It's coming tomorrow. Don't worry."
And then disaster.
Well, that was actually before we decided we couldn't make it work that week. But Wes jumped in right as I was saying that. I was like, "Speaking of the Multiverse podcast, here's one of my co-hosts, Wes." And I didn't do the community post. And community post.
What's up, Justin?
There we go.
Firestar 66VNB.
So much to talk about. Firestar was there for the stream as well. And I did a watch party for Daredevil. Firestar always showing up to support. Cool. Thank you to everybody. We know all your names by now, right? No Spider X. Like we
definitely got some familiars.
Yeah, we super appreciate everybody being here. A lot, especially because we missed like last week. A lot to talk about this week. But hey, the three of us, we haven't talked since Daredevil's come out.
What do
you guys?
I'm one episode in.
I didn't do my job either. I didn't watch last night. I should have watched last night. I'm sorry.
I'm one episode in.
Wait, Wes, you haven't seen any?
No. I watched two, but I didn't watch the latest one.
Gotcha.
So Jimmy didn't do his job either.
No, Jimmy's one in with the full plan of watching 1 and 2, and then just something came up, kids came up or something. But I go back to I'm not going to like talk or spoil or anything. Every time we talk about like a new series, we're all on the same page now. You've got to get us from the beginning. You've got to like capture us from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And they did.
Oh, gosh, they did. I mean,
yeah, they did.
We are back.
So hard. Yeah, I mean, Wes, we don't have to talk spoilers since Jimmy hasn't seen it. But what did you think of the third episode? Because it definitely has a different vibe.
So the second episode, I didn't watch the third one yet.
Oh, you haven't watched the third yet. Right. I mean, episode 1 is like it comes out incredibly fast. They don't give you anything. Dude,
that
like,
initial
they're like
sequence, that was
raw.
Right,
yeah, and it was not, it was one of what they call the one shot, just like we got the hallway scene before. It's like the one shot. So from when Daredevil swings in and hits Bullseye through the window of Josie's, from there it's all like one shot. It goes outside, it goes inside, the screen doors cover it, but then they get through the screen doors, it goes up the stairs, and it's
what's that movie? What's that war movie that did like that super long 11-minute take or something? 1917.
Yep.
The entire thing was done in one take. These two guys running and doing it's crazy. I love that stuff. It just makes it feel like you're there.
Yeah, like it does.
I mean, so I mean, Bullseye. I guess the dude could literally just pick up my fan remote and shoot it into your forehead.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Yeah.
But they really they captured that. They captured how lethal he could be.
Mm-hmm.
It was cool.
They when he I know he killed the one person on the stairs, and then
Yeah.
he punches the other woman, and she falls, and he picks up one of her grocery cans and he uses that as a weapon. It's
Dude,
just like literally anything. Yeah,
he's shish kebabbing Daredevil.
Yeah, that was the crazy
Oh,
part.
yeah.
Dude. He stabbed him like 10,
Yeah,
11
it was
times.
a bunch. It was a bunch.
And in his armor and his suit is supposed to be very, really tough. And so it's like piercing his suit. It's crazy.
It gave me John Wick vibes because I've said in the past when we talked about John Wick, one of the things I like about the fight choreo is that they don't just make John Wick like superhuman. Like he gets tired. Like
that was one of the best parts. Yeah.
Yeah. And you could tell Daredevil's like when he hits him with those, it affects him and he gets hurt. And then I loved it, dude.
Well, when they're walking up the stairs, it's like it all of a sudden starts to go very slowly because Daredevil's getting hit with knives, but he's also hitting Bullseye in the head with his billy club. Like, and they're like, oh my gosh, like he's laying on the stairs, Daredevil's leaning against the wall. Very realistic, which I super appreciate.
That's what Spider X just said. Daredevil was not going to stop, and that's what they made you really, really buy into that this dude was going to keep coming until he got the job done. It was great,
right? And then at the end, I was like, kill him, and he pushed him off. I was like,
yeah,
that was.
And
wild,
then I'm like,
man.
well, so now he survived. I'm like, okay, so in the comics, he gets adamantium put in him. When his spine shatters.
Bullseye does?
Yeah. So what's actually interesting is that scene where Daredevil hits him off. That is actually the original way his spine shatters and then gets adamantium put inside of it. So, they're kind of going back to that big comic reference there. Obviously, Netflix in the very final season, in the very final episode, Kingpin just picks him up and throws him against like the corner of a wall. That's what shatters his spine. So it's cool that they kind of did like a little callback to that. But I'm wondering, like, okay, well, Brave New World just made a big deal about adamantium. Could he have an adamantium spine? Like, or, how is he alive after surviving that fall? Plus getting the just absolute crap kicked out of him by Daredevil. And at one point, like, at the very end, he throws a knife at Daredevil. Daredevil catches the knife and throws it back at him. It stabs him in the back. And then it almost seemed like he was trying to maybe kill himself because he was looking to jump off the roof.
He didn't care.
Right. Well, right. So I'm like, was Bullseye going to kill himself or jump off the roof? I'm not really sure. But Daredevil stops him from getting away and then basically says, sit down while I listen to if my friend's going to live or die. And
basically they took OG Daredevil fight choreo, John Wick and Punisher fight choreo, and that was the vibe you got, which is it was a home run.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
What's going on, Christopher? 66 VNM.
What's up, Chris? How are you, man?
Seems
what do we think about how are we feeling about Kingpin V2?
So I mean, it's obviously like a very different version of what we saw in Born Again, but first of all, Vincent D'Onofrio, who plays Kingpin, did say, I thought this was interesting. He did say in an interview that Kingpin will get fatter as the show goes on, because a lot of people are like, bro, like,
why? Like, what's the premise there?
I have no idea. I don't know why.
If there's one qualm I have, and it's a really small one, and it doesn't, I mean, it's irrelevant. It's great so far, is that he doesn't project right now Kingpinishness to me.
Well, because I mean, he kind of stepped down to let.
I know. I'm just saying, he doesn't have that like, I'm gonna break you in half. Just he doesn't.
He's not really Kingpin right now. He's the mayor.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
So you think there's gonna be like a full goes back or just goes straight on?
So just from 2 episodes, obviously, I only know of 2 episodes, right?
Yeah.
I think that. This is a wild theory, but I think there's going to be a falling out between him and his wife, and she becomes the villain, and it's Daredevil and Kingpin team up to take her down. That's kind of my theory.
I had that thought too originally.
Yeah,
but what pushes what pushes him back into full Kingpin form?
I think it does because like he's not the top dog anymore.
He's not. No, he's not. And he's projecting kind of that as well. I don't know. It's just his aura's low right now.
He's healed. Like, he's
his aura is low. His aura is low.
Another thing, like
Spider-Verse Kingpin, agree with Jimmy. Yeah, that's where I'm at, Firestar. But I mean, if they're gonna build him up and he's gonna get plump and fat and strong again, then we'll be all right.
Yeah. The only criticisms that I have about the show so far, I thought the acting was good. I thought the tone was good. The only thing in terms of tone is I really appreciated how they how they shot Daredevil for the seasons we got with Netflix. Very much gritty, darker tone. You really felt like it wasn't like a superhero show. It was like, this is just real life. We're in Hell's Kitchen and it's about to get gritty. That is a criticism. And then obviously
you're saying they didn't hold true to that here, because episode 1 seemed kind of gritty to me, film wise.
Yeah, and that they might go gritty, but like just the overall, like how they shot, like in Hell's Kitchen, like just the overall vibe of the lighting and everything is like definitely different.
Well, they're not. Well, because they're not in Hell's Kitchen anymore. And they make that a point in the first episode. You know, when they both say they're out of Hell's Kitchen, they both say that at some point in time.
That's not Hell's Kitchen where they're walking out of the bar. I thought it was.
Well, that in the beginning, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Yeah,
but everything. Oh, you're just talking about the beginning there.
Yeah, the beginning. But then obviously, like he's in a different area with it's lighter. That makes sense. But like just the shots we've seen, like with like in the bar, I felt like the tone was just kind of off compared to the original series. But
Punisher had a really dark tone, like color palette and stuff as well.
Yeah.
I mean, if those are our critiques, we're good to go.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
just me nitpicking.
The tone of what they're shooting, like color wise, and when is Kingpin gonna pop? I think we're good.
Yeah, I think he does pop though. And remember, they originally planned on releasing 18 episodes all at once, but then they split it into 2 different seasons. So I'm wondering if we have to wait till the end of season 1 for the big snap, or if
that's a lot of story to tell.
Well, right, and we know Punisher comes in probably at like 5 and 6, maybe.
Right.
So I don't know.
I think they're all going to go up against I think they're all going to go up against like Vanessa. Yeah, I think Daredevil, and so right now, I like I said, I haven't seen the 3rd episode, but Kingpin, he's the mayor now. You know, he's a changed man. You've got Daredevil, who's also a changed man. He's left his past behind. So I think they're like, you know, at the end of episode 2, like I think he like snapped, you know, like I think Daredevil snapped, and he's like, I think it's time to maybe correct the city, like get it back to where it needs to be. Like the city needs Daredevil.
Right. I don't think Kingpin's really changed at all. I think he just needs.
You think it's a ruse?
Oh yeah, totally.
No, Kellen, you're not late because you are here. Okay, let's go to the probably biggest news that we missed not going
how
last
did we
week.
miss this? We suck, guys.
I didn't miss it.
Yeah, you didn't miss it. Yeah.
Marvel League.
I did some great videos on it.
All of the concept art leaked from Doomsday and Secret Wars, or was it just very, very meticulously well placed marketing?
But okay, so was it from Doomsday or Secret Wars? I want that clarification first.
Secret Wars.
That's what I thought. Okay, good. Yeah, because the news broke and it was Doomsday. I'm like, this doesn't seem like a Doomsday level like artwork.
So what did we get? We got Doom on the throne. What else did we get?
Evil Doctor Strange.
Right. Greenland,
Scar,
which is where the Hulks were.
The Hulk and his wife and Scar.
In the
medieval
comic
time,
story, right? Well, in the comic story of that world that Greenland comes from in Secret Wars was hit by a bunch of gamma bombs. So there's a bunch of Hulks in that world, and there's also like Hulk like creatures, like insects and stuff, turn into like weird Hulk things and stuff like that. We got one of my favorites, Bachelor, Star-Lord, and Vision.
yeah, that was interesting.
That was really cool. And then the Young Avengers,
yeah,
which had Star-Lord there with Wong, and Speed was there.
Was that Doom on the throne, or was that God Emperor Doom?
Oh, it's got to be God Emperor Doom, because Sue Storm's on his side with Franklin.
So he's turned people. He's got minions. He's tricked.
Well, he's
done what he
created a whole new thing, and whoever is there doesn't remember the past, right? So it's they literally view him as their god. All they know is he created the world, like he's the literal god of that world. Yeah.
The one that I'm worried about is the World War Hulk storyline one, because if we don't get anything leading up to that, if we don't get any pre-build or That's not a story. That's not like a Batman. That's not like we know the story, the origin story. Let's just jump in, or a Superman. This is one that has not been told off of pages. So I'm worried that they're just gonna like throw that together in Secret Wars, and I'm not a fan of that. I'm not, because that's a story that needs to be told, or told. It needs to be fleshed out for sure.
They'll probably have to do it in Doomsday first, right? There has to be something, but I think it's more along the lines of they hear about a part of Battleworld that has like a bunch of Hulks in it, so they go to try to recruit people for their cause, maybe something like that.
There's also,
so it might not be.
Are they just going to lean on Ragnarok super heavy and say this is what happened, and there you go?
Maybe.
Are we going to get a better looking Scar?
The same Fortnite dog.
Scar with a better haircut? You mean
something, man? Something.
It kind of looks like it.
Kellen,
right? Black
Kellen,
Panther?
who knows, man? Maybe we do see Morbius in Secret Wars. Who knows, buddy?
Maybe. Oh yeah, Black Panther, and it. Everyone's saying it's that actor Damson Idris.
Okay,
that sounds right. Yeah,
I think that sounds right.
So, yeah, a lot of people are like, "Oh, this is our new Black Panther." I'm like, I'm not convinced it's Black Panther. Like, yeah, it might be. Obviously, it might be, but it might be T'Chaka, his father. It might be, it might be
Multiverse.
Killmonger. It might be a variant of Killmonger that did go on to become the real Black Panther. We don't really know. That's the thing. But it does kind of look like Damson Idris. So maybe, and we've been hearing a ton of recast T'Challa rumors and reports. So maybe it is.
We're gonna get a comic book character overload with Secret Wars. I mean, we're gonna get stuff coming at us that we didn't even expect.
It's not even. It's gonna start in Doomsday, and then the projects coming after, like we just found out, Sadie Sink has been cast in Spider-Man 4, right? And Deadline reported this, and one of the top lines of a paragraph reads something like I can't remember the exact wordage. Actually, I have the article pulled up right here. Yep, right here. It says the prevailing theory, that's the word I was thinking of. The prevailing theory is she'll be introduced as X-Men character Jean Grey. So even
Sadie
with
Sink?
her, because Spider-Man comes after Doomsday, and Doomsday is most likely going to end with the destruction of the multiverse and Battleworld being formed. So Spider-Man 4 will most likely be on Battleworld, which will consist of a lot of different universes combined into one. So it's probably a Jean Grey from another universe. If she was in New York in her universe and she merged with Spider-Man's New York, then they're both in New York.
I saw a lot of people saying she was going to be love interest. She's not going to be Black Cat, that's for sure.
Well, my deal is the insiders have been reporting that she's going to, let me pull the chat again, sorry. Insiders have been reporting that Marvel Studios is talking to her about playing Jean Grey. So clearly the insiders were already half right that Marvel Studios was talking to her, clearly if she's been cast. So I'm like, well, maybe they're probably fully right. She's going to play Jean Grey. But that's not confirmed, obviously. But you know what I mean? Like half of their reports already confirmed to be true. The other half of their reports might be true as well, that she is playing Jean Grey, and that Spider-Man 4, it kind of has to be a big multiversal film though. Like, if it's on Battleworld, like it has to be.
There's no time for them to set up a lot of the story for Secret
No,
Wars.
they need to. It's really weird. Anything
we need like 4 more movies, dude.
Well, right, that's the thing. Anything they had planned for, movies based around Doomsday and Secret Wars, they have to basically scrap them and make them fit into the story.
Yeah.
Like they have to connect to both of them.
You don't think she could be playing Gwen Stacy?
I would probably say, she probably.
We have a Mary Jane.
We have an MJ.
Hello. Well, we have an MJ. We don't have a Mary Jane Watson.
Exactly.
Okay.
But she could also be a variant, right? I mean, again, the multiverse seems to be a big part of Spider-Man 4. So
yeah,
I think seeing what she looks like from Stranger Things, I think a Jean Grey, make it because there's like.
I think she'd make an awesome Jean Grey.
Yeah,
Noah said she's going to be Angelica Jones Firestar. Isn't that kind of like a C character? CB? Not saying Iron Man was a B character.
She's playing the lead, his co-lead. I think she's either. I mean, my bet would be MJ or Jean Grey
or Gwen Stacy.
No, I don't see her playing Gwen.
What if she's?
I want a blonde. I really love.
You want a blonde for Gwen Stacy?
I need a blonde for Gwen. Like Gwen is my favorite. I have a Gwen thing here. I have another.
Yeah.
Gwen's my favorite. I want a very accurate Gwen Stacy.
It'll be interesting. I don't want Spider-Man 4 to be part of the next Spider-Man trilogy after the soft reboot. My bad if it's already been announced. I don't think it's part of. I think it's part of the bigger picture now.
It's part of the bigger picture, and who knows what the next 2 Spider-Man films are going to be like at this point. Like, really.
They're definitely not pushing any narrative of this is the beginning of a new trilogy. I think
that's the thing is
this is what's going to be linking together Doomsday and Secret Wars, things like that. So we'll see.
Yeah, I'm not thinking it's leading really towards like, hey, this is our new trilogy for Spider-Man, and like it's we're gonna title it like Homecoming, No Way Home. You know what I mean? Like it's not. I really think this is kind of a. It's weird. It's a standalone Spider-Man film in a sense, but it's almost like a part 2 of Doomsday, and then Secret Wars is like a part 3. That's kind of what it sounds like it's going to be more than anything. Like it's part of a Avengers trilogy. It almost should be like, Avengers Spider-Man or something.
It was going to be ground level when it was the whole Kang deal. I mean, it was.
I know it's like different than what we originally thought it was going to be.
Let's go even more wild than Spider-Man No Way Home.
I mean, yeah, that's what Sony wanted is the thing. They're getting what they wanted now.
They are.
Yeah.
I love this because this is now, if Wes is doing our episode structure scripts and he's using this term, then that it's in. They are acolyting Snow White. Coverage limited to photographers and Disney crew. No media allowed. Didn't they pull back the U.S. press premiere?
The UK premiere was canceled.
So are they doing this specifically to keep her out of cameras, or
it has to be that, but also there's a lot of this is rumors. Don't quote me on this. It's just what I heard. But Gal Gadot is like from Israel, I think. She's pro-Israel. She's pro-Israel.
Okay.
And what's her face? Zegler is like free Palestine.
Oh, wow.
Right. So there's reportedly a lot of conflict between the two of them.
Wow.
So I think it might be.
They should 2 interviews. It would be.
First of all, no. That was
bringing them together, bringing the world together.
I mean, it would be gold for us.
That would
be absolute gold. Mm-hmm. But I think, what I also think? I think there's like a legitimate chance that they're worried about fans around the premiere booing them. Like they're like Snow White has a lot of hate. And it's because of Rachel's. Well, it's actually
we're not going to go.
It's not even. Well, it's not even just because of her. It's the dwarf thing, the super diverse dwarf groups who weren't.
It's Rachel dwarf. And Disney is what it is.
It's just it's a Disney thing. It really is. I mean, but it's so funny that so the premiere, it's like not a premiere, right? It's basically just like, hey, Disney photographers they personally hire and like the cast and everything, and no one else is allowed in or close or anything like that. Like it has to be there's conflict between Gal and Rachel, and they just don't want Rachel to say anything. Like
I think it's funny if that's how it ends up being, to be honest with you. All right, Last of Us Season 2 trailer. Have you guys seen it? I have seen it.
Oh boy. Okay,
I think they're going to continue cooking from Season 1, and I do personally think Season 1 was fantastic. I know Warren thought it was slow at times. Yeah. Then again, Last of Us isn't really your jam anyway, right?
I mean, zombie stuff is fine.
No.
Like light thriller stuff like that is fine.
So the clickers in it don't bother you at all?
No.
Oh,
I think if he played the game, he'd probably have a different take. Because the game is really what elevates the entire Last of Us experience, like the show.
I just love how they go vibe for vibe with the game.
Yeah, it's
to me, to touch back real quick. To me, I don't like. I I don't like blood, guts, gore, and ghosts. That's primarily what I don't like. Anything else I can pretty much handle.
You don't like half human, half like insect things or something. What was it?
Robots. Half human, half robot things.
Half human, half robots. That's what it was.
Yeah, that's why Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is my least favorite.
That's yeah. That's I remember that.
Or doesn't like Cyborg.
We're not going to spoil season 1 for you, Kellen, but if you haven't watched it, definitely get to it because it's good.
Yeah,
it's
season
really
2 trailer. Like this will probably be one of the most controversial seasons of the show if it ends how we think it's going to end.
Yeah. I mean, it has to end that way, does it not?
Well, I mean, there's going to be 4 seasons of the show. I'm pretty sure confirmed. Yeah, I mean, exactly.
At some point in this series, he's got to go. Joel's got to go.
He's going golfing, essentially.
Yeah. If they do it like they did in the game, it's going to be as big of a deal as when Negan was introduced with Lucille in The Walking Dead. Did you ever follow that, Warren? Did you watch that? So, we're watching. I don't remember if it was season 3, 4, or 5, whatever, but we're all into it. Walking Dead's at its peak, right? And we've got these 2 main characters. We're talking, one of them's been there since the very beginning. And we're like main characters. And then Negan comes in and he's got them all down with his bat and his barbed wire. And he's like, I got to feed Lucille and I got to do this. And he's Negan and he was badass. And we're like, what's he going to do? He's not going to do, there's no way. And then he literally beats the face off of these 2 main characters in front of everybody, just destroys them.
For the whole world to see.
It was one of the most shocking things I've seen following a show.
Yeah.
Me and Ashley were shook. We were upset. It's TV, it's fake. And we were still upset.
I mean, like Glenn, like they did my boy dirty.
Like, so Glenn, like his eyeball popping out. And
you just spoiled it for Firestar.
But they, oh no, come on, seriously.
But yeah, I mean, there's
no way you don't know Glenn and what's his name, red-haired beard dude, get it from
Lucy. No, sorry, Firestar.
How many seasons are there of that show?
Like 12 in the regular one.
That's what I was gonna say. There's just a ton.
There's like 11
have all these spin-offs and
crazy,
stuff like that
dude.
too. Yeah. I mean, I'm not a huge like the zombie genre was never like super fascinating to me, but I do like World War Z was awesome, right? Like
World War Z was really good. We need part 2.
We do. So it's not like I have like an aversion to this or anything. It just doesn't pique my interest. Which
you wouldn't have liked that episode because it was really gory and it wasn't gory like a zombie like regular just a horror movie. It was visceral. It was real. It was something.
Yeah, it was.
We should react to that scene sometime just to see a reaction.
Okay.
Like what's crazy about that episode was like this is peak. Oh yeah, no. This was like peak social media. Like this was every week everyone was watching Walking Dead, and this was like the pinnacle. Everyone was tweeting all the reactions there, and it was just such a community event. And just to see these characters just get absolutely just destroyed.
Destroyed by a baseball bat with barbed wire on it. And now that I look back, it was genius. Like, it was.
Well, isn't that the thing for Game of Thrones with the Red Wedding as well?
Yeah, when it was peak. Yeah. I mean, I used to live tweet. I had a company. I don't remember who they were. They were sponsoring me to live tweet. I was tweeting like every 4 minutes on Game of Thrones and Walking Dead. Stuff was popping too. Yeah. All right. George R.R. Martin says he has to get back and finish his books. He says this every 6 months, guys. Literally, I could probably go compile a montage of him saying that 10 times.
You know what's wild?
He's dangling the golden carrot. He knows how important it is, and he likes the attention. I'm sorry, George, but that's how I feel about it.
I'm pretty sure he's working on like a screenplay or something else.
Whatever.
But whatever. You know what's crazy is like this dude's gonna die without Winds of Winter being done, and then we're gonna have Brandon Sanderson come around, and he's gonna have to finish the damn book.
No, what's gonna happen is AI is gonna finish the book.
That's true.
Oh, geez, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys seen that conversational AI? I think it's called like Maya or whatever. Like where you can actually talk to the AI and they respond like live with you.
We should do that on a show.
ChatGPT has that.
Yeah, but this is like fully conversational. Like they respond like immediately. It's the creepiest stuff ever.
We should do that sometime on the show. Or you know what we should do? We should figure out how to have that AI as a guest and be like,
oh my gosh.
for a show. Could we do that? Is that possible?
Crazy. I mean, it would be pretty crazy.
That'd be wild.
I'm down to try, but I mean,
we should
geez.
definitely try it. All right. Noah said we're getting a Resident Evil movie video game accurate. Noah, unless it has to be video game accurate, like per scene, like scene by scene by scene, as close as The Last of Us did, or there's no point. We've literally been through the ringer.
It was
with Resident Evil.
RE4 movie.
Yeah.
GG.
All right. Andor season 2 trailer. Woo!
Oh, I did my homework so far.
Jimmy.
Partially, my homework is almost done. I'm on episode 8 of Andor, and holy crap,
I have not done my homework at all.
this show.
Okay, when did it speed up? When did you go from this is boring to I'm here?
Episode 3. I was on episode 2. I finished episode 3. It was amazing. It was so crazy. And then episode 6, mind blowing.
That's what everyone's been saying to you guys. Like, you got to get past those first 2 episodes.
Dude, and then episode 8,
I've not done my homework yet.
But but isn't that a problem? Right?
That I haven't done my homework?
Percentage of, no. If you have for any show, if you have a percentage of people not finishing something because the first couple episodes that premiere are bad, isn't that, you know what I mean? Like
it is.
Actually, that's probably a problem with the person. Let's be real, and I'll put blame on myself. If you can't give it a chance for a couple episodes, which I didn't, then that's on you. That's not really on them.
But like the pacing in general is just slow. It's just a slow burn for the first 2 episodes.
The thing is, it is. And the thing is, actually, no, I put it on them because I put it on them. There's so many different choices for what you can watch nowadays.
I know.
And not even just streaming services, even though there are a ton now, but YouTube, everything on YouTube. I mean, Mr. Beast just did the Beast games, all this stuff. There's so much to watch.
Million.
He lost money, yeah. But there, if you can't entertain somebody, and I'm not saying entertaining has to be action packed right away, but you have to hook people with something.
Yeah.
And if you can't do that, they're gonna go away.
I agree.
So no, I put that on the studio because you know what? I can watch other things that are gonna entertain me and be a better use of my time.
I have a show recommendation for you guys. It will hook you on every single episode.
On every single
episode? It's a show called Paradise. It is one of the best shows on television right now. It's on Hulu. It's fully finished. Don't look up anything. Watch the first episode and come back.
All right.
Don't watch anything. Just watch the first episode and then you hit me up.
Who is Sammy J Reacts?
Is a YouTuber, right?
I don't know. They said they want to see the dynamic between me and Sammy J Reacts. I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I don't think I know. Not off the top of my head. I don't know. I can look them up.
No, it's all good. All right, here's a big one.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know reactions here. Papa Esidu? Esidu?
I have thoughts on this.
How you say it?
It's Papa Esidu, Esidu.
Okay, has been cast as name officially. What are you thinking?
Warren,
I know this guy. I know Sammy J Reacts. Sorry, I've seen him on Instagram though, not on YouTube. Okay.
Tread lightly.
No, right away. I'm just going to address it right away. I don't care if he's black. I don't think it's the right choice because I think people have a certain image of Snape in their mind because it was just so brilliantly done by
Alan Rickman.
Alan Rickman.
Rickman, yep. Legend.
Yeah. Absolutely iconic. So here's my biggest deal. Adam Driver would be perfect.
Literally, somebody posted, why are they doing this when there's a literally Snape's son walking on the earth right now, and posted a picture of him?
How I'm just saying, out of all the options that you could get to play Snape, here's my issue. I don't see how they landed here unless he's absolutely phenomenal.
Or Driver turned it down.
Well, so
I don't think he was even offered it.
I don't think he was because even though J.K. Rowling does get crap for saying there's only 2 genders, I still do think she is about inclusion and stuff. She just believes that there's only 2 genders. So to me, I'm like, this does kind of seem like a DEI type of thing, which I don't like. I don't like when you do it just to do it. If he auditioned and out of everybody that they looked at, he was the best, cool. I'm fine with it. Right. I hope it's a great performance. But I mean, Adam Driver is perfect.
His
look. I mean, it's like it was right there. It's like the Rogue One thing the Rogue One meme where he's like, we were this close, like
Yeah.
we were, you know what I'm like?
Yep.
That's what it to me, I'm just kind of like, again, if he was phenomenal, that's why they cast him, cool. But I like, in what world did they just look at so many different people and they were like, you look the best for the part, right? So I'm putting skill aside. Looks wise, I feel like they could have gone a different direction. But if he's amazing, then he's amazing, and I hope he is, and I look forward to it. But
is he going to be a bald Snape?
So
that was my question as well.
Can I play a clip for you guys?
All right, Wes.
I'm gonna play a clip
I've
for you
seen
guys.
so many funny things like dreadlocks and stuff. You know what I mean? Like I've seen so many funny things.
Okay. I'm gonna play a clip for you guys.
Okay.
It's for chat too. Okay.
This is him, right?
Yes. Initially, I wasn't sold either until I watched his performance. This was Royal Shakespeare Company. He can do Snape, and this is the reason. We're gonna watch it.
One. Whoa. Will you play upon this pipe?
My lord, I cannot.
I pray you.
Believe me, I cannot.
I do beseech you.
I know no touch of it, my lord.
That is as easy as lying. Govern these ventages with your fingers and thumb. Give it breath with your mouth, and it will discourse most eloquent music. Look you, these are the stops.
But these cannot I command to any utterance of harmony. I have not the skill.
Why, look you now, how unworthy a thing you would make of me. You would play upon me. You would seem to know my stops.
Okay, so stop. He can play Snape. I don't think that's what the issue is. Obviously, he has the chops, he has the actor prowess, and he could probably play good Snape. I don't think that's that's not where Warren's going. Warren's going, why is he playing Snape? Is he playing because he was the best that was auditioned out of everybody, and they just turned a blind eye to even asking Adam Driver?
Problem. Right. In which I would have zero problem with.
So in my opinion, I think that there's no topping Alan Rickman's performance. We can agree, right? Alan Rickman had an incredible performance. No, like you could do Adam Driver and he's still not going to live up to Alan Rickman.
Agreed.
And I get what you're going with, because I was going to say this too. They're going for a complete opposite, like look.
Complete opposite. Exactly.
Right.
They want to go,
and I get that.
And if that's the case, then more power to it. But if you were going to pull Snape off the pages of the books, Adam Driver is that Snape.
He is. I mean, isn't he a little tall? He might be a little tall, but it doesn't matter. Like in
it's not like it's Wolverine and he's supposed to be 5 foot
is like 5'6", man.
In terms of facial features, they're not going book accurate, which is a problem in my opinion.
Are they doing that across the board though?
So
that's
no
my issue.
So not okay. So there is a reality, and I'll tell you guys straight up. Hermione will likely be cast as black. She's probably going to be a black girl.
Yeah.
Because
why?
Because J.K. Rowling has specifically said that in the pages of the books, she's never described race for Hermione. She's always said frizzled hair, kind of a nerd.
Okay, so it's been open-ended.
It's open-ended. And remember, there was controversy with the Cursed Child, that play. They cast Hermione as black. There's a bunch of problems. J.K. Rowling literally said, I never described, Hermione as any color of her skin. Like I never described her as that. But Snape, they specifically said pale, sallow skin.
Yeah.
And
so, but then I bring it back. If you did the Cursed Child and you had problems with it, who cares if you never defined what she looks like? Emma Watson is Hermione to like everybody, right? Yeah. And if you got backlash for race swapping in the play, why would you double down on that? Why are you making a point? You get what I'm saying? Like they do things, just do things, and it pisses me off.
Yeah,
right.
I think
you're doing it just to pander, which is stupid and leads to bad storytelling.
Yeah, I agree. I think that this is definitely this is definitely like it's going to be regardless, whoever they pick for Snape, there was always going to be controversy. Whoever they pick for Dumbledore is always going to have controversy.
Wait till we get to whoever they pick for Harry Potter.
Right. Yeah. No, I get it.
Yeah, but I agree. They're almost like it's like they're shooting themselves in the foot when they don't need to. They could have picked, book accurate, like take the pages and then find somebody based off of those words.
Right. I'm not even upset that this guy was cast at him. I'm just upset that it's anyone besides Adam Driver, because I feel like it was just so perfect.
And Adam Driver is an incredible actor. I agree. I think he could have done a really good Snape, but again, even with him, people are still going to look at Alan Rickman and say, that is my Snape. Adam Driver did a good job, but he's not Snape, you know?
Well, see, El Chancho, I don't care what color anybody is either. I care about why they're doing specific things. If it's the best thing to do, then great. Who cares? But if you're doing it just to pander and it's not the best thing to do, then that's an issue, because we want the best possible thing we can get from this series.
And you're also
from anything.
You're also, it goes back to the Acolyte in Star Wars. You're holding something that is very valuable on a deep emotional level to millions and millions of people. So you need to do right by it. And if your reasoning is that you're doing it because you feel it's going to be the absolute best, then let's roll and let's see how it goes. And hopefully it's amazing. But I agree with Warren. If your reasoning is an agenda driven pandering type deal,
I don't think it is.
I don't have time for it anymore.
I think that he was cast as him because of his performance in his audition. And I think that J.K. Rowling signed off on it because he's a good actor.
Yeah.
And
I mean, if you want to do auditions, then
because at the end of the day, this all comes down to J.K. Rowling. Like, whenever it comes to the books, they have to get sign off. She is an executive producer.
I mean, no, I 100% agree.
But it is going to get weird, though.
If he's the perfect, well, that's the thing. I almost feel like they're creating unnecessary friction.
Exactly.
But
like
the whole deal is yeah. But if he knocks it out of the park, then everyone will shut up. Right. And again, I have nothing against this guy. That clip you showed me, actually, I see it a lot more now after that clip you showed me.
Yeah, exactly.
I just was like, I had always thought, like, Adam Driver's right there, man.
He is, true, yeah.
Looks 100%. Just, I mean, it's like really could be like Alan Rickman's son.
Straight up, they are getting them. Like, I think what they're trying to, like, they are trying to cause conversation and discussion like this.
They're doing it
because, like, you know, the Marauders, like, they bullied Snape. Yeah. Now, you know, it could be a race issue. You know, like, there was the scene from the Harry Potter films where they had Snape on like a tree, and it's like
the reality is you'll never make everybody happy. That's for sure.
No.
So, all right, let's move on. Alan Richson.
That's why I got confused about Snape's name at first. I was like, Alan
Alan Richson.
Reacher. Said you
Reacher,
Reacher? Alan R says you wouldn't even have to pay me to play Batman in the DCU. Well, I mean, Alan, I think that goes for millions and millions.
I mean, you wouldn't have to pay me to play Batman.
Warren would pay you. Warren would pay you to let him play Batman.
I'd pay Warner Brothers
in
to
the
let me
DCU.
play
Yeah.
Batman.
So I mean, that's not a shocker. Future of Star Wars. Should the approach be Jedi Sith or more like Andor? Here's I can answer that for you. If you go more like Andor, like full out, like into the bigger picture, it's not going to do well, because at the end of the day, people, the mass with like Star Wars, they're so used to and so trained with Jedi, Sith, good, bad, lightsaber battles. If you pull that back and you don't have that anymore, I don't think it's going to go over well. I'm not saying you can't have deep stories. I'm not saying you can't have detective noir vibey whatever to it. But you can't take away Jedi Sith. Jedi Sith is Star Wars.
No,
I mean you can't. It's the ever going fight between good and evil, dark and light.
Right.
You got to have it.
No. According to the Acolyte cast, Star Wars, the great thing is there is no good and evil.
Yeah. If we get a Star Wars movie that doesn't have one lightsaber fight in it, people will riot.
I mean, because it is that
movie.
It is Star Wars, right? I mean, that's a large part of Star Wars. That's a large part of why. I mean, there's a lot with the original Star Wars, right? But the lightsaber things were like, I mean, gosh,
that's huge.
It's
so
just
cool.
iconic. These things are iconic, man. Like, it's just, it's crazy. By the way, John Steele said this is a Batman podcast.
It's definitely not. Firestar. Well, if you're going to read it all, because Firestar says 2 posts later, nah, this is an Iron Man podcast. Actually, guys, it's not either. It is a Star Wars podcast. Always has been. We just disguise it and wrap it up with a Marvel blanket
bow tie.
Bow tie. All right, let's switch over to DC. This is a topic of conversation. People are saying this is the most important DC movie ever.
Apparently,
what happens if Superman flops? We actually discussed this briefly in an episode before, and I said I think it tanks everything. You guys said no. Right. You feel like it's a standalone flop. We still have Batman in the future, so on and so forth.
So But now I think it's like a bigger issue because it's like a big studio type of thing now. Like apparently the studio's really worried, and if it
If it
doesn't go
flops, do
well,
they axe the entire thing and say we're
well,
done?
right. Like the report literally said something along the lines of like they're worried it's gonna be 20th Century Fox, like how
But
bad their X-Men did and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like
but they didn't do bad. 20th Century Fox X-Men movies, if you go look at the
they
numbers,
really didn't.
they
Really didn't.
made
No, they really
a
didn't.
crap ton of money.
Yeah, but that's what
That's what they're saying.
the studio's worried about. So yeah, now I'm wondering, I'm like, is there a chance that if Superman flops, they scrap the entirety of the new DCU?
Superman fails and you never get Batman.
Hey,
Super
we will always get
guys, you
Batman.
heard it here first. What's up,
who
comrade?
said that?
You heard it here first. I don't think Superman's gonna flop. I really
I think
don't.
it'll be wild
No,
success.
I mean I don't
think
think
it's
it's
gonna be
gonna
good.
flop either.
I think it's gonna be really good, to be honest with you.
And I think you know what I think we're about to get. I think the Thunderbolts is about to blow everybody away. I think it's going to be a sleeper. People are going to sleep on it, and then realize how great that movie's going to be. I hope, fingers crossed. And then Fantastic Four and Superman are going to blow people away as well. And like all of a sudden, this
I think that's going to be
superhero hype's
3
gonna
weeks
be
of
back.
good cinema. Throw out Jurassic, Jurassic, whatever it is. But
Dominion? No, it's not Dominion.
World
right?
Rebirth.
no, it's Rebirth. We're
I
birthing
always say
again.
Dominion.
Dinosaur
Yeah.
birthing chamber, Jurassic something. Yeah, actually, Warren's probably rooting for Superman to fail because if they do, they're likely to
am
pivot
not.
to it. They are likely to pivot to a Batman cinematic universe and just start popping out Batman movies.
Oh, the Batman though. They might.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I never thought about that before. If Superman fails, then they go to like the Elseworlds verse,
Yeah.
or the Matt Reeves verse, because it works for them, right? But
And then you may get a Batman movie every 3 years as opposed to every 6.
no, but I almost feel like Batman movies do need some time between. They need to be big events, like you know what I mean.
You're
Like,
going to back up the Batman, and now Batman 2 is going to be like 2027 or 2028. You're
Well,
backing
I don't
up.
want that. No. But I'm going to tie it into everything else as well. Like, remember when 6 years ago, I was like, we're in 2025, 2019 in game. You know, the Avengers, the Marvel movies when they came out were huge deals. It's like, hey,
Yes,
this
they
is
were.
another freaking Marvel film. The Avengers films were like a huge deal, and now there's just so much content out there with Disney Plus and them making these other movies. It's like they don't seem as such of big deals anymore.
They're not special buildups.
Right. So I want Batman to be that. I want Superman to be that. I want all of it to be that. So I don't want very, very frequent, huge films, but
No, but 6 years apart is not free.
not 6 years. No,
Yeah.
3 years is actually, I
3
think,
years is-
okay.
I think
Yeah.
that's on the long end. I think every 2 years is pretty solid. If it's a prime, like if it's Batman or Superman or Iron Man, whatever, I think or Captain America.
Well, look what they did for Spider-Man. That was a
Spider-Man.
great success with the Homecoming trilogy. Yeah.
Speaking of Spider-Man, new shots of Tom Holland on the set of Odyssey. I have not seen these. Can you pull them up, Wes? What's up, Chaotic?
Dude,
Let me find him.
Wes, you're gonna laugh at this, but I want to wait to see what you pull up. So
Damon's rocking a beard goatee. I saw him in a picture with they were promoting their other movie. It was him and Punisher. It was him and John
Bernthal.
And he's got he's working on the Homer beard. Do you guys still play Marvel right? No, I have not got to play him forever.
Oh yeah. Oh geez,
Boom.
dude, you're high up there. Are you serious? You're about to be at one above all. Shush. Good for you.
Oh my god, he looks like a Hobbit. Is that him?
That's what I was gonna say. That's why I was waiting for you to pull it up because I was gonna say he looks like Frodo.
Who is he?
Taking Tom Holland to Isengard.
Who's he playing?
Probably his son.
His son, right? Yeah.
Right. Maybe
He
his
looks
son,
like-
or it could be like him as younger. I don't know. It'd probably be his son.
I'm
Look at
so glad you
Christopher
said that, though,
Nolan.
Jimmy.
I get
I'm
paid
so
to be
glad
on
you
a
said
boat
that,
and make
Jimmy.
movies. I'm the man.
Have you guys seen all the memes that were like, that's like Christopher Nolan getting upset because DC can't produce real monsters because he doesn't want to use CGI?
No, I can
Like,
imagine
get a
that.
real monster.
I can imagine. Different
funny.
filter between movies, 3 years max, 2 years. Two to three is preferable. to me. Yeah, 3 to 4 is a long time. I'm with Warren though. If it's a peak thing, it's a build up.
Like,
3's not horrible. 4 is starting to get to the point where you're like, come on, this was 4 years ago.
Well, I'm talking about for like a Justice League or Avengers movie.
Right. I got you.
Those big ones need to be years apart. But like, yeah, if you're gonna do a Batman movie, I don't want to wait 5 years for another one. I want to, 3 years is okay. Or,
Yeah. All right.
And especially if you're weaving it into a cinematic universe and you can get those characters and other things, sometimes it's okay if you wait 3 years because I just saw him.
That's why the formula was so gold for the first 10 years of Marvel. Because you had Iron Man and Thor and Captain America being like weaved into everything. Yeah, I agree. It's time. Ooh, look at that.
Ooh, it is time for some hit or miss.
Hold it on the other side. I think the red in the background is He's like, you knew it. All right, chat. Yes, Kellen, it is.
It is hit or miss time, guys. You ready? Here we go. Let's get it. Yes, okay, hit or miss. Daredevil Born Again. Major W alert. Major W alert.
Up at first. I mean, it's so good.
Found a piece of beef jerky.
Ooh, what kind? Old Wisconsin?
Well, we're not sponsored.
That's fine.
It's that.
Oh, okay.
It's actually made. This place, No Man's Land. It has a story. Small portion of land located in the center of the United States called No Man's Land, otherwise known as the Panhandle of Oklahoma. Buffalo, coyotes, Native Americans, and outlaws all roamed forsaken land. Drying meat was a food source, became a necessity of life. 1997, the Smith family perfected old-fashioned jerky recipe that harkens back to the bygone era.
And that is
this is not a sponsor, everybody.
Should have been.
Jimmy's just popping off.
30-second integration. Shout out.
66 VNB said for Daredevil Born Again.
Daredevil. Oh, no,
I would like you to elaborate on your please.
Yes, please. We need an elaboration.
Right. But there was some rough CGI spots, like when he swung in at first, but it was whatever. It was like 2 seconds.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and it was definitely weird. You could tell that it was CGI.
Right, but if it was in the actual fight sequence, it would have been a problem, but it wasn't.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, he didn't really use much of the little grapple thing in the original show, did he? Like, he didn't use much of it, right?
No, I don't think he used it at all.
I mean, maybe to go down, right? Or I don't know.
Melvin didn't get it to him until the third season.
Yeah.
Like close to the end. So no, I was thinking about that too. I don't think we really saw the grapple ever. So I think that's cool. The issue would have been if there were bad CGI problems in the fights, people would have been like, how the hell did Netflix do this 7 years ago so much better? You know what I mean? Like,
that goes back to the whole meme of CGI or for like video games. Like you look at The Witcher 3 and then you look at, I think it's Avowed or something, and you're like, wait a second, this was 9 years ago or 8 years ago.
Actually 10 years ago on the 19th.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Wow.
Nerd. Shout out to The Witcher 3. Favorite game of all time. Okay, next up, hit or miss.
You're a nerd and no one likes you. Sorry.
The Sherlock show starring Benedict Cumberbatch.
Well, I am anti Sherlock Holmes shows because they all suck. Robert Downey Jr.'s included and Will Ferrell's. So I'm going to give it a miss.
It's a parody.
It's a terrible parody. I really thought I was getting the next coming of Step Brothers. And then when I watched it, I was like, dang it.
I do actually remember I didn't like it very much.
It was horrible, dude.
It was hit or miss. The Benedict Cumberbatch show, which I thought was a hit.
I like Benedict. I love Benedict, but I just don't.
Martin Freeman, like that was incredible.
How many Sherlocks are we going to get, man? Come on. Move on.
Like,
I mean, how many Doctor Who's have there been?
Yeah, I don't watch those.
There's nowhere there's only been 3. What? No way.
What are you talking about?
Doctor Who?
Oh, yeah. I was about to say.
Yeah. Okay. No way. There's so many Doctor Who. Anyways, yeah.
Next up, Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Hit or miss?
Never watched it.
Really?
I've heard of it.
I haven't watched all the way through. I have seen episodes, many different episodes, and I've seen enough memes for me to go, bam. It's funny.
I'm not going to give it anything because I don't know. Chat says miss and hit.
I like it more than The Office.
True.
Wow.
Say that.
Wow.
But I think a lot of people know that I don't really like The Office.
Yeah. Hater.
Okay, next up. Hit or miss. Godzilla -1.
I have not seen it.
Oh, dude. Oh, Jimmy, you need
W.
to watch
Is
it.
that
Major
the
W.
is that the pink Godzilla?
No, that's the. Or yeah, I guess.
No,
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
it was the
Yeah.
it was the Japanese
Yeah, the
one.
Japanese one.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Technically, it's
dude.
actually you can watch it in black and white as well. So
When does it
Dude,
get to a
dude.
point though where you just get kind of tired of like Godzilla and Kong?
one
and
was a
how
different
do you-
take.
no, but that's the thing. That's the thing.
just-
I don't really care for the Godzilla vs Kong and all that stuff. I don't really care. It doesn't get me excited. This movie was legit good.
Okay, all right, I'll
Yeah.
watch it.
Yeah.
Me and Grady got to watch it. All right.
Again, if it's a good story, like the story makes the movie. Like unless it's literally just like Transformers, you can get away with going like, wow, it's really cool to see all this stuff happen in like 2008 when you haven't seen it before, like, and that kind of made the movie. But
When you get to
Story makes or
Transformers
break it.
7 and it's 3
right,
hours
exactly.
in, and you're
Well,
like,
right, because the stories are stupid and we've already seen the
Yeah.
transformations and stuff like that, right? So it's like, yeah.
true. Okay, next up, hit or miss. Clint Eastwood,
Oh, dude,
I mean, he's a hit. He's a.
dude's a
Director,
legend.
actor.
He's a legend.
Do you
Yeah.
feel lucky, punk? Do you?
He's
Yeah,
no,
he's
he's a freaking legend. Man.
He's a legend, and he's really old now, isn't he?
he's
He's
still
like-
directing.
he's
He did
like-
the-
Is he like
He's
90?
90 something. Yeah.
yeah, and he's still working.
He
Whenever
did-
I
he
see his
directed
son, Scott
something.
Eastwood, you like, well, yeah, that's Clint Eastwood's kid.
Juror
You
number
can't
2,
deny it.
didn't he?
Dude, he's 94 years old.
Wow,
That's wild.
Yeah. 94.
that's crazy.
Okay.
You're gonna be doing this until you're 94.
Till you're 90, till you're past 90.
94.
Oh man. Yeah, his son should
Looks just
be,
like him.
well, that's what I'm saying. Like he has the possibility to be like a crazy big star.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I all I know is he's in a Taylor Swift music video. That's all
Fair.
that's what I remember him from. Wildest Dreams. Yes. I
Okay,
don't
next
know.
up.
I don't know what other movies he's in. Anyways, go.
Next up, hit or miss. Pacific Rim.
Oh, bro.
So rewatchable. So rewatchable.
So you know what's funny is when I saw Captain America: Brave New World, I saw it with my brother, and he was like, "Yeah, some of those CGI parts were really bad. Like, what the heck? Some of the green screen parts were really bad." He's like, "Dude, what was the movie we used to watch with like the kaijus and the robots?" I'm like, "Pacific Rim," and he's like, "How is the CGI in that movie better than
Bro,
the CGI in this
Rim,
movie?"
the original CGI is peak.
So good. But
So
how
good.
long ago was it?
But
It
then
was
again, you
forever ago.
go back to Iron Man 1. The suits
2013.
and Iron Man 2.
I
when he's
know.
putting on the
That's
suits
what
and
I
stuff.
don't understand. I don't understand.
I don't either.
And
I
I'm
don't
not
get it.
one of those people where the CGI really bugs me, but but when it's noticeable, it's noticeable. And I just question like how does this happen when Iron Man 1 was perfection? Like,
No.
True. Okay, next up, hit or miss. Wall-E.
I mean, it was sad. I mean, it was good. I only watched it once. It's not a rewatchable movie, but
yeah,
I mean,
I've literally
it
only
had
seen it one time.
it definitely had an emotional hit to it. So I mean,
Oh yeah, no, it was very emotional. I've only seen it one time though.
Yeah.
All the fat people on their scooters or whatever they
Mhm.
called them. Yeah.
Marvelous said boring.
Yeah. Hey,
That's
Fair.
it. That's it for
Yeah,
him. Hit or miss.
That is hit or
All
miss.
right.
Yep.
Let's switch
New
over to
segment.
video games for a second.
never mind.
What?
Old segment. I said new segment, but then never mind. Right. I ran the video games. Go.
This
Go,
is
go.
just random.
Ignore me.
Do cosmetic microtransactions ruin game experiences? Well, let's just look at Call of Duty as a case study here. Would you rather have Golden Age COD where you grind for a few camos, or wasn't even gold?
Yes.
You had fall camo and you had blue tiger, red tiger, or would you rather have cherry blossom, space cats, and
That are
now
AI.
basically the Ninja Turtles are in the game?
Wait,
I don't
wait,
know,
wait.
dude. I'm gonna lean toward microtransactions can definitely ruin a game experience. For a game like Fortnite, it's probably different because they're building it out that way. But when it's a game like an arcade style shooter like Call of Duty, and you go completely another way, I don't know. I think it definitely ruins the immersion to a degree. Personally,
It
I mean, there's
depends on
a
the
unicorn.
game.
There's a unicorn finishing move in Call of Duty right now that farts like pixie dust out its butt into your face and kills you or something.
That's weird.
It's a rainbow unicorn. Yeah, in Call of Duty.
Weird.
Yeah.
Well, I think like cosmetics.
That's what we're talking about.
Well, I know, but I like when I play games where you kind of like customize your character. Like it's cool to buy things that give it a different look. You know what I mean? But I'm not playing like a first person shooter in that situation.
Well, what's
like
the
if it's
line
ever
you draw from outlandish to it actually fits in this universe?
I don't know. I'm mostly just talking skins, and the skins normally don't. There's no like finishing move for a skin or anything like that, right? It's like you're playing Fortnite. It's like, oh hey, they did the Marvel Battle Pass. It's like, well, yeah, like I want all these characters because I want to play as these characters, right? And it doesn't really affect the game because it doesn't give you any special powers or anything like that, right?
No, it doesn't.
But I also, for a very long time now, I've refused to pay. Well, okay, I lied. Marvel Rivals screwed me. But before that, I refused to pay for any video game stuff. You know what I mean? Like I stopped buying skins and stuff, doing all that until they had to come out with the Magic's the Psylocke skin. Then I bought that one immediately.
I think it was $80 to get all the Ninja Turtle skins or something like that. That's crazy.
Yeah, I wouldn't even care for that. Yeah.
All right. Sticking with video games, WB Montreal apparently pitching a Game of Thrones game. I saw we have trailers for a Game of Thrones game. It looks kind of like a Elden Ring type deal.
So that's a mobile game that is also available on PC. But WB Montreal are the ones who did Gotham Knights, the 4-player game.
Wasn't the best game.
Wasn't the best game, but it had a good Batman story. So they're good storytellers. But they also that's not the only thing they've done. WB Montreal has done a bunch of other stuff. Arkham Origins, they did that. So yeah,
I personally would love a good Game of Thrones game, but I'm not holding my breath because I think the only good Game of Thrones game we ever got was the Telltale one. It was decent.
Yes,
I've never played a single Game of Thrones game.
Yeah, and even that was like.
I take that back. There was my son Bryce used to play Shadow of Mordor 2, maybe.
Yeah,
he grinded that.
Lord of the Rings, yeah.
Oh wait, yeah, it's Lord of the Rings, not even Game of Thrones.
Yeah, and but you know what's interesting though? You bring that up though. Like think of a Shadow of Mordor type game with the Nemesis system. The one
that would be all right.
WB they copyright that and they have the patent for that.
I'm not holding
a game that has the Nemesis system that's similar to Game of Thrones.
I'm not holding my breath, but we'll see.
Also, same, agreed.
Yeah.
What is Chaotic saying? You guys get
because you're paying for a whole game, you get 40% of your money's worth, but they don't fix everything in the COD cycle. As for camos, weapons, I just grind even back than Black Ops 1. Here's the deal. I'll break it down for you really quick. You offer everything in the game as a grindable thing. If you do that, that's fine. Yeah. People want to spend their money, they can spend their money. If they want to grind, they can grind. The whole premise of we ship a game and then we fix it later is absolute BS. I'm so tired of it. It's the norm. And it's a bunch of BS, and it's not fair to the consumer. And I think the publishers need to be held accountable, and something needs to change about that because there'll be games where you're paying, like you said, 40% of the game, and for a fact that they left original stuff and they cut it just so they could turn around and sell it to you as DLC, which is BS.
Right. Yeah,
don't get me started.
Well, I actually prefer, and they'll never just do this because it's money, but I really like when you can only get something when you grind for it. Like I used to play Destiny all the time. Well, right. And I used to play Destiny all the time. And it's like, you're in, the main place where everybody goes to like, equipment and all that stuff. And you see somebody with like the gear that, they could only get that because they did
if they spent 72,000 hours.
Many things. Right, exactly. It's like holy crap, dude. Or like, you did the raid that took 10 hours to do. It's like holy crap, they finished the raid and it's like they have all the gear and you only get one piece every time you do the 10 hours.
That's like
raid.
Warcraft. So that's like World of Warcraft back in the day.
Yep,
sure, I mean, look, if it's just cosmetic, I don't care. If they give us the option to grind for everything and then you can pay, people want to pay money, let them. But if it's pay to win, that's a different story. Yeah,
pay to win sucks.
Like Star Wars Battlefront 2 came out and you could buy these whatever things and like unlock Vader, who was a pay to win character, and you had all these advantages. So, all right. If COD Warzone Verdansk doesn't perform well, OG Verdansk is coming back very soon. They won't support it in the future. That's a fact. Like if it doesn't perform well at all, I
Oh,
think
of
Warzone
course.
is done. Like done.
Oh,
Done.
really?
Yeah,
Just no more
absolutely.
Warzone. Oh.
Yeah. They're gonna go away from it. Battle royales are already, besides Fortnite, they've been going down for a while. Like they burnt that out. Do you remember when Fortnite popped and then we got blackout and then every gaming company was popping out a battle royale? You remember one with the chickens? You turned into a chicken.
Paladins?
No,
It was the same company though. Realm Royale.
Realm Royale. There were
Dude.
so many different ones. So yeah, if Verdansk fails, Warzone is done. Realm
it's so
Royale,
funny in the comments. People are talking about Destiny like Xur. I remember just going to where'sxur.com to figure out where Xur is. Like, yeah, it's a bunch of exotic stuff. It's funny though. I didn't know Call of Duty Warzone was in such trouble.
Yeah. It's been that way for a long
The
time.
hackers and all
that.
that.
That's a thing I did notice.
Going to give you a little prediction. If Warzone hangs on for a little while, if Battlefield pops out a battle royale that makes sense and goes with their modern like destructible technology and it's not crazy, the battle royale they put out for Battlefield 1 had potential to be insane. Yes. It came out at the wrong time. We had already been saturated, but I'm telling you right now, if they pop off the right way with this, I mean, they have a chance, and we say this every time, 2026, they could really take a lion's share bite out of Call of Duty's player base.
Yep.
I kind of hope they do because, again, like I'm just itching for the feeling of Bad Company 2 again. That was like peak for me.
Yeah. Well, we got leaked footage, and the leaked footage looks it takes you back to Battlefield 3 and 4.
3 and 4, yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is good.
It's going to be good. Yeah.
All right, I'm here for it. I mean, I've bought
it.
Yeah, I've bought all the last Battlefields, and me and my friends play them for a week, and then we're done.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Would you rather?
Okay, guys. Would you rather time
segment where
newish segment? Yep.
No, it's not a hot take. This is our newest. I was gonna say this is where we get Wes in trouble, but no, it's
this is
the newish one. Okay.
Okay, here we go. Would you rather live in the Minecraft overworld or live in the Mushroom Kingdom?
Minecraft overworld. I can create all the stuff I want, right? And build all the stuff
can I build anything I want to?
Yeah. No,
but there's like Super Mario Maker where you could build stuff that you want to in that.
No, Minecraft overworld.
Oh, Minecraft. Yeah. Minecraft. Yeah. I get really creative in Minecraft when I get into my like Minecraft zone and I go in my server and like I've made some stuff. And to be able to do that in real life would be sick.
Right. Okay, next up. Would you rather have an invisibility cloak or a time turner?
What's a time turner?
Time turner from Harry Potter. It's a thing that allowed them to go back in time. Hermione had it to
go
to her classes.
How far?
Far back as you want.
Any limitations on it?
Well, there's limitations with the time. Like, yeah, I mean, there is, like if you see yourself.
Let's say a loved one got in a wreck. Could you go back and change that?
I mean, yeah, it's a time turner. You definitely could, but it's going
time turner all day long.
Like the butterfly effect, though, like.
Well, it is what it is.
I will rule the world.
Yep. Time turner. Time turner.
Time turner. Yeah. Time turner.
But the invisibility cloak, you got one of 3 for the Deathly Hallows. All you need is the resurrection stone and
that means, but time turner.
Resurrection stone and the
doesn't know what that means. You don't
time
know
turner.
what Deathly Hallows are. I don't think you're allowed to talk about Harry Potter anymore.
Yeah, he's a hater. Yeah.
I mean, it's not a Harry Potter.
You just need Elder Wand, resurrection, and
it is.
invisibility cloak. Okay, next up.
That's what I need up in here, Wes. I need some wands up in this.
He needs it up in here.
So my buddy actually got me this it's like a scroll thing, and it's got all of the Harry Potter wands. Like I think it's like Harry through. It's like Dumbledore's army. All those people.
Like in one wand.
Yeah, and it's like a full built-in thing. It's really cool. Yeah,
I saw a leak for the new Harry Potter reboot. They're going to get rid of wands and they're just going to use their fingers.
I mean, technically, a wizard doesn't need a wand to be able to do magic. They just use a wand because it's easier.
Helps control it.
Yeah, no, I mean, seriously, like Dumbledore doesn't need a wand. He does. Yeah, he has the Elder Wand, which that's great, but doesn't need it. So.
Jimmy's lying and making stuff up to mess with us, just so everybody.
I mean,
knows.
technically,
if anyone in the chat is taking that serious, no.
Wands are only for students.
Marvelous, we already talked about it. When the video goes live in a few hours, go back to around the first 15-minute mark.
I
Okay.
talk about it.
We definitely talked about it. Warren
I
definitely.
talk. I address the race thing. I address everything. Don't worry.
Okay. Next up, would you rather have John Williams compose your life soundtrack, or Hans Zimmer?
Hans Zimmer all day.
No, John Williams. You got Harry Potter.
No,
You got Lord of the Rings.
mind. I don't mind.
Star Wars. You got
John Williams, but here,
Indiana Jones, Harry Potter.
hold on. First of all, Interstellar. He does Interstellar. Oh my God.
John Williams is Harry Potter.
Okay.
Star Wars, Indiana
go with
Jones.
that. Hold on. What else did? Oh, okay.
Hans Zimmer,
Okay, no,
Inception.
dude, this isn't even close. Amazing Spider-Man 2, Interstellar, The Dark Knight, Man of Steel, Rush, The Little Prince, Batman versus Superman, Kung Fu Panda, The Dune, Inception. He does the music for the movie you guys love. The Pacific. No, it's Hans Zimmer.
Now look up
The Lion King.
Look up John Williams now. Because it's just as big.
We're not leaning on Harry Potter, bro. I don't care.
It's not just Harry Potter. It's freaking Jaws, E.T.
He did Harry Potter. He did Home Alone. He did Empire Strikes Back.
He did all the Star Wars,
dude. He did all the Star Wars.
Oh yeah, he is.
I literally saw him perform or orchestrate live.
Indiana Jones.
Ooh, he did Saving Private Ryan and Jurassic Park 2. That's close, but I'm still going to give the edge to Hans Zimmer. Hans Zimmer's the GOAT.
I love Hans Zimmer, but it's John
Dude,
Williams.
The Interstellar soundtrack is the best thing ever.
I think John Williams, because I think Hans Zimmer is a little bit darker than John Williams. But
Definitely, I agree.
I want to go a little bit lighter for my own life. So if I had to do one of them to do my life, I'd say
in its classical
but also,
songs.
hey, Hans Zimmer, didn't he come before?
No.
Or are they about the same age?
No, John Williams is like old
John
as
Williams
hell.
is old. Yeah,
so
John Williams is old.
Hans Zimmer is like 70 or like
I don't
60 or
think
60 or 70.
Oh, okay.
How old is he?
I don't know.
12.
Yeah, he's 67 years old versus like 90.
Okay.
Okay, next up. Would you rather rewrite the ending of a movie you hate or star in a sequel to a movie you love?
Oh, Star.
I mean,
Get a chance to be in a movie? Yeah.
all day.
Yeah, star in a movie.
You basically just asked me if I wanted to play Batman. Like, yes, or any Marvel character. Right? Yes, that. And
That'd be
John
awesome,
Williams is 93 years old.
Yep, there you go. Okay, well, that was pretty easy. Would you rather watch movies with terrible CGI or movies with awful dialogue forever? So until the end of time,
CGI dialogue pisses me off.
Dialogue is like, where do you? I mean, you could have terrible things.
Makes me angry.
Man.
Yeah, I could go
Terrible
with the
things with
CGI
dialogue.
Do you remember Shark Boy, Lava Girl? Those movies.
Yeah, that
way
was the
back in the
Lautner.
day.
Taylor Lautner, the werewolf boy. No.
Yeah.
The werewolf boy.
The CGI on those is like,
oh yeah, it's terrible.
but it's so terrible. It's funny and good. You know.
Now,
it's just
yeah. But no, I mean, it's like
Spy Kids. That's what it was.
I can't do dialogue. I would rather watch CGI. Terrible CGI.
Me too.
Like,
agreed. All right, guys. One more segment to close it out. Hot take segment.
Now, these are not my takes, even though
these are all
You always give this disclaimer.
Yeah, because listen, dude, I'm not.
You literally picked these yourself. You handpicked them.
I know, and you know what? I do it for rage bait. This topic is called Rage Bait with West Emo. Okay, West Emo.
When they're edited into TikToks and stuff, I title them as Rage Baity as you make them.
I know you do. Because I see them, I'm like, what dumbass said this?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Hot take. Avengers Doomsday will flop because the Multiverse saga's bloated storytelling has already lost casual fans. Doctor Doom can't save a sinking ship. Rage Bait
can save a sinking ship. Although I do agree with what you're saying about the bloated storyline and everything like that. I think there's putting a lot of there is, and they're gonna have to do a lot of making up for it. Yeah, catching up in Doomsday, maybe a little in Fantastic Four, but I think it can be saved. I really do think Doom is big enough, especially with Robert Downey Jr. returning as Doom.
Yeah.
Some may say it's a gimmick, but it's gonna get you in the theater.
Yeah.
And once they get you in the theater, if they hook you with an amazing story and amazing visuals, then boom, I don't think it fails. I really don't.
It is definitely not a guaranteed win. It is, if it was like a probability thing, probably 85% it's going to win, 15 it won't, but it's not 100%. It can fail. It can turn people away if they don't do it right.
Yeah, if it's terrible, but I don't think it's going to be terrible at all.
I don't
Like,
either. I'm more worried about them
to
getting all the stories up to speed and everything. Like you said, they're going to have to do a lot of storytelling in this movie. This has to be a 3-hour movie, right?
It's going to, according to the Russos, Doomsday is going to be around 2.5 hours and Secret Wars around 3. I think
so much
I
story.
think they get rid of all the stories that don't even matter. I think they're just like, you know what? They should. And I think that's what they're going to do.
Yeah. Right. I mean, dude, just think about like a Secret Wars could easily be 2-3 parts, like straight up. Like
it has to be.
It almost. I would say make it 2 parts.
It has to
really. What happened to that, dude? I feel like every
parts. Give us more.
I feel like there hasn't really been 2-parters like lately. You remember back in like Harry Potter, like there's Twilight, there was like part 1, part 2. Like we need to bring that back.
We do need to bring that back.
Yeah, that would be sick. Straight up.
Yeah, okay. I would love that.
Okay, here we go. Jimmy's gonna love this one. The Marvel Cinematic Universe should do more animated projects like What If?
No, not at all.
No,
0.
No,
we're good.
So Jimmy's gonna love that one, but you don't know how much I don't like animation.
Yeah. Me and Warren are on the same page. We don't need more animated projects from Marvel. Thank you.
Or DC, because DC has a bunch of plans for them too. Like,
dude, but I love the DC animated.
DC animation's good,
but DC goes dark, and I actually enjoy it. Like Creature Commandos. That's more of an adult type vibe to me, as opposed to the What If season 1 was cool. It's like, oh wow, let's see T'Challa as Star-Lord. That's neat, but then it kind of got old after a while.
Yeah, and by What If, like I'm not meaning just what like product like that with that animation style. I'm thinking more of like
like Spider-Man.
Yeah,
no,
Spider-Man animated series, right?
We just got that I literally haven't even watched because I'm not interested because it's not even canon.
I don't like that animation style. I want more of like.
No, I didn't like it either.
Give me like the animated like Spider-Man animated series and the X-Men 97 something like that. More like that would be fun. I didn't watch it, but I've heard a lot of really good things. I watched the original.
You should watch it, dude.
Back in the day.
Well, if you watch the original, you'll love 97.
Yeah, exactly, and I've heard that a million times, and I need to, which I will. But I think having more stuff like that would be better than trying to force story so quick. Like just make animated projects to move the story along. Like why not?
I agree.
But okay, next up. Hot take. Thunderbolts will be Marvel's best movie since Endgame. It's messy, morally gray. Morally gray team is the shot of adrenaline that MCU needs.
I don't think it's a hot take, and Warren mentioned it earlier. We both think it's going to come out as a surprising win for a lot of people.
Banger.
They're saying that it's like an A24 film. Like that excites me. Like,
I think
it's gonna be fantastic. I don't know, but here's the thing: like we people like to crap in the MCU since Phase 4, but we've had some great movies come from it. Like Shang-Chi
was good
to me. I think it's like top 5 MCU.
Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness is a fun watch movie.
Dude, that's a great movie to me. I think it's a great movie. But
that movie should have been WandaVision movie, not Doctor Strange.
That movie took us everywhere. That movie was fun.
That movie should have been WandaVision and the Multiverse of Madness.
World. There was a paint world, man.
I think
we went through the Savage Lands. I mean, come on. They did all kinds of cool stuff.
It would have been good as a WandaVision movie or a WandaVision or Scarlet Witch movie. It wasn't a good Doctor Strange.
Zombie Doctor Strange. We got zombie Doctor Strange fighting Wanda. What? Come on.
Yeah. Make it a Wanda movie, not a Doctor Strange movie.
Whatever. She was in it. That's fine. That's great.
She was the movie.
Bro, you cannot tell me. You could list off 20 jaw-dropping moments from that movie, but it's not a good movie.
I'm not saying it's a bad movie, but it's not a Doctor Strange movie.
It was
according to the title. It was.
Definitely
was. And it's only in title. I think they were scared.
No. You're trying to.
They were scared to put her in title.
Like, look, Captain America: Brave New World is a Hulk movie without the original Hulk.
Yeah,
this was Doctor Strange with Wanda as a co-partner in the movie. It wasn't a Wanda movie. It was a Doctor Strange movie with her being the main kind of counterpart to him.
Yeah.
Hater.
It was a good Scarlet Witch movie. Okay, next up, hot take. No, dude, I just loved. Okay, so for me,
it was
I
a great
love Doctor
Illuminati
Strange.
movie.
Doctor Strange 1 was so amazing that like
great.
there was no way that they were gonna like top that, in my opinion. So like, what I don't think they topped it. Doctor Strange 1 is better than Multiverse of Madness.
Doctor Strange 1 was great for what it was, set his backstory, did all that. That's great. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness was a fun, crazy ride, just like Spider-Man No Way Home.
And it was a crazy ride,
vibe.
but it wasn't a Doctor Strange movie. Okay, next up. Okay.
There was like 4 Doctor Stranges in it.
Yeah, and there was a bunch of other bullshit.
Which makes it a
They
Doctor
even showed
Strange
Thanos
movie.
with his head cut off. Come on.
Yeah, that was cool. They should have focused more on the Illuminati and not have them die.
Illuminati
that would have been cool. Yeah, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I think that's why that movie gets a bad rap. It's because the Illuminati died way too easily.
True.
They're
Yeah.
supposed to be the most
They should've
powerful
been
people
broke.
right in that world, and she just wiped the floor with it.
I'm excited for what they do for the next Doctor Strange movie. I love Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
He's the GOAT, you know. By the power of Agamotto.
Yeah.
Why you hating?
Yeah. Because the second one wasn't as good as the first one. Okay, next up though, a hot take. The Batman Part 2 will be a letdown. Reeves' gritty realism peaked already, and the more brooding will just feel like a stale return. Or stale rerun.
What is your thumbs up for?
I agree.
What is no?
I agree.
What about the Penguin? We just got the Penguin. It was a massive success.
I concur.
Jimmy will just do anything to hate on Batman. I disagree.
The
Right,
only
I knew this was gonna
I'm
happen.
kidding. I think it's going to be great, but I don't like the fact that it's literally not coming for like 2 or 3 years. That's crazy to me. Still,
Yeah, because you want to watch it because you know it's going to be good.
it'll be good. Yeah, but I'm not over here like a lap dog. Like I'm thirsty dog. Got to get the bowl of water. Batman water. Oh yeah, Batman water. Lap it up. Lap it up. No.
You just got Doctor Strange water.
I got Captain America water.
That's true.
He literally has
He
Captain
actually
America
does.
water.
Okay, hot take. Bringing Ray back for a new movie is a pathetic cash grab. Her story ended fine, and forcing more will just annoy the sequel haters once again.
Well, part 1
I don't
think she's coming back now, and part 2, if you say you're going to get away from the Skywalker saga, then I agree with that. Part 3, I don't mind Ray, and I wouldn't mind if she was like a back character in a way, but they need to focus like on something else over her. She definitely, I don't think she needs to be the face of an entire another trilogy. That's crazy.
Yeah, she's off planet, you know.
That's
Well,
crazy.
I don't see how Disney could think it would be a cash grab to get her back. Because
Because she gets a lot of hate.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think
Yeah.
it will be a cash grab for them. I think if they looked at the Star Wars fans everywhere, that wouldn't be the cash grab move. The cash grab move would to do like a movie with Obi-Wan and Anakin set during the Clone Wars or something like that, right?
Bloody
Which-
flick.
I want that.
That would be
right? So
Or taking us back to when it was Darth Revan and that vibe
Yeah.
way back then, the right way.
Revan's lightsaber right
Yeah,
there.
I want to pose something. Would you guys be down with a full remake of the original trilogy movies, new cast and everything?
I would.
Oh my God, you're trying to Harry Potter us.
Yeah,
I would.
Would you
No,
watch
because-
that?
Yep.
No,
I
because then
would.
we'd have to go through the whole thing we're going through with the recasting on Harry Potter. We have to do it for Star Wars. I can't handle that.
Would you-
Darth Vader is still Darth Vader as a costume, and
What if he's
yeah,
not?
He would have to be. They would have
What
to
if he's
just.
not?
They would have to straight up redo it. They would make the lightsaber
Then-
fights a
then-
little bit better.
Then
but
I'm
they
going
would
to
have
pull a
just straight
Warren.
up
I'm going to
redo it.
pull a Warren. What's the point? Why?
I think it would. I think it would be. I think
Why?
there's a potential for it just to be amazing.
Money.
I don't care. I mean, I obviously don't get any money from it. I think it would just look visually amazing. Like imagine the Death Star run with hopefully good CGI. You know what I mean?
The Watcher just
The
said
problem-
to retcon all of the Skywalker saga. What?
Okay, the Ray Skywalker
Wait,
saga.
what?
That's got to be what that is.
Oh, okay.
That's
Is
got to
that
be
he-
what that is.
No, he said no Skywalker. Oh, you mean moving
Oh.
forward? I'm okay with that too, for sure.
Oh, that should be the future.
Yeah.
There's so many
There's
other
so-
I mean,
stories.
you can literally move forward 20, 30, 50 years, and you could have an Easter egg to
You
pay
could
homage to
move
Skywalker.
forward 1,000 years. You can move
1,000 years,
backwards
whatever.
thousands of years.
They need to go backwards.
Well, that's what I'm
not the
saying.
High
There's-
Republic. Is it the High No, the Old Republic,
Old
right?
Republic, you know.
Like,
Yeah.
Coder, the Knights of the Old
Yeah,
Republic.
yeah.
That's what's crazy to me is like, and I have no problem with Rey. I like Rey. I like Daisy Ridley, but move away. Like, there's so much you can tell stories about. Let's do something new, something fresh, nail it, and bring back Star Wars peak.
As
I
we
don't
get a
know if
Harry
that'll-
Potter reboot. Move away, move away. What's up, Charlie?
Charlie.
You caught the end of it, bro. All right. That was refreshing.
Yeah, we got our anger
It
out.
was.
Let's breathe.
Well, thanks everybody for showing up. Sorry we missed last week, but hopefully we won't be.
I think we covered everything that we
missing
needed
it
to.
too much again. Jimmy is going to Switzerland soon.
Going to Switzerland in like 3.5 weeks. So there will probably be one that I can't make. I really am interested if we could do that AI co-host.
That'd be interesting.
It would be
Can we call
super
it?
interesting?
Can we call it Jarvis?
Yeah. What's the? Go ahead. We could give
I
it
was just gonna
Jarvis's
say-
voice, I'm assuming.
Yeah,
I don't even know.
I don't know about the one that Wes was talking about, but ChatGPT 4, I've heard basically does that. Like, you can just talk to it and it'll talk
Mhm.
back to you pretty
Yeah.
seamlessly. I don't have it myself, but
I think we should try it sometime, guys. I think it'd be entertaining.
Okay.
I think you have to like guide it. Like, hey, we're on a podcast. We are the Multiverse podcast is what we talk about. Blah 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 blah. You
Yeah.
are going to be a guest on the podcast.
With us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Your
Yeah,
name is
this one
Jarvis.
is like this one's scary. Like you don't even have to say anything. You could just literally be talking about stuff. Yeah, it's
We're
wild.
not
I'll
going
link
to
it
skip
to you
next
guys.
week, Firestar. We'll be back. All right, guys.
So they say.
I really want to do that if we can do that. I think that would be
Yeah.
fun.
I linked it in
It'd be
chat.
very interesting. Yeah.
And then if Jarvis is entertaining and fun and we all like him, we just keep him.
Oh, true. Replace
And when
me.
Jimmy goes to Switzerland,
Hey,
I
hey.
have Jarvis and Wes.
All right, guys. I'm going to go figure out dinner.
Heck yeah, I'm gonna finish my dinner.
What do you eat?
Hi everybody. I don't even know. It's like this, like pasta. Pretty good.
Doesn't even know what he's eating. Peace. Bye,
Yeah,
guys.
it's pretty good though.
See you, everybody.
Peace
Thanks
out,
for being
chat.
here.